Okay, so let's, good evening, everybody. Come on down to the mat. That's my saying. Talking to them. Okay, let's do our meditation, so come on down. Come on down. Versus right, yeah. Okay. All right, so let's come a little bit forward and back and release the shoulders down the back, skull presses back. Move down through your sit bones, have a light engagement of the bandhas. Take your hands outside of your hips. And when you're ready to begin, inhale and start with your exhalation. And coming into our trios, take a deep breath in. Separate hands from each other as you breathe in. Exhale, let the palms come down to the thighs. Slide the hands back for the hip creases. Root down into the hips as you inhale, reconnect and lengthen your spine. Chin coming downward, not touching the physical body. Eyes slowly open, maybe blink a few times. And come back up into space. All right. So we're going to come up standing. Today we're going to do a Gitananda yoga class, which means lots of fun. You've done some, haven't you, Louise? Okay. So come up standing. So what we're going to start with, I'll just explain it first. You're going to be working through putting your hands on different parts of your body. And this is called your Bhavana Nada Shuddhi Kriya. So the hands are going to be patting on the stomach, and you're going to say, ha, 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 ha. Then you're going to go to the chest, ho, 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 ho. To the collarbones, he. Then when you go to the back of the head, it's usually a deeper voice, and you're tapping me. Then you come to the third eye point, tapping D. And then it's go. Yeah, some of you have done it. Okay, any questions? We're good? Yeah, I'm kind of going to angle this way, so I'll be half on there and half there. We say it out loud? Oh, yeah. So firm your feet. Here we go. Ha, 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 ha. Ho, ho. Ho, 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 he, me, D, go, ha, ha, ho, he, me, go, ha, ha, ho, he, me. Go. Ho, ho. Me. Go. Yeah, so it is to reduce the ha is to reduce performance anxiety. The ho is to reduce relationship anxiety. Collarbones is status anxiety. This is the desire to live. It's the brain stem. That's why it's me. I want to survive, right? Why so deep? Because you're usually me. I want this, I want that. Give it to me, right? And then the D is that frontal cortex, the intellect. And then go. You don't want to hold on to any stuff. You just want to get rid of it, right? Get rid of that stress. Okay? So then we're going to do our warm-up, which is to improve all the circulation to all the different joints. Okay, so we're going to be moving the legs around and the arms and all that. So shift to your right side, pick your left leg up and shake it to the front. Shake it out the side. Shake it out the back. Try not to fall over. Back up to the side. To the front. And then switch legs. Okay? Front. Side. Back door. I usually call it the barn door. Up the front. Woo. Now do both legs together. Okay, the right arm. So shake your right arm out. Watch any jewelry, it doesn't go flying on you. So try to get the shoulder right to the fingers, like you got this really fast, super fast and step. Okay, and then shake out the left. Uh-oh, I gotta get rid of the bracelet for that because it hurts. Shake. Okay, now with the right arm, you're gonna shake to the front, shake this side and shake behind and bring it back. Do it again. Yeah, a little twisting action going there. And now with the left, shake it. Little twist, little twist. That's good. Now shake the right arm up and bring it down. Shake the left arm up. Kind of like the hokey pokey, right? Shake it up. Okay, next time we're going to add flexion. So the right arm, I'm going to shake it up and then shake down. Shake it up. A little bit back in the back bend. Shake it down. One more. Up and down. Woo! It's invigorating too. Left, shake it up. Shake it down. Oh, feels good after gardening. Me and my cabbage is having a good time. Now ready? Both arms. Shake it up and just shake it down. Oh, you want? Oh, that's okay. Here we go. So we shake it down, shake it down, shake it down, shake it out. One more time. Shake it down and shake it out. Woo. Roll your shoulders back. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to go further with this shoulder movement in a lunge pose. So I'm going to step my right foot back. And I'm in a high lunge, so my toes are up there. And then what I'm going to be doing, I'll turn sideways. I'm going to be sweeping the arm around in a circle. And then I'm going to be going up and down as I'm warming through the hips too. Okay, now you can also put your left hand on the hip if you want to get the relationship with the pelvis staying square. So here we go, going backwards. Inhale and exhale. Like you're a big windmill, like a windmill. Sweep up. Feel the hip flexor a little bit. I do like to go in the back plane because we do too much in the front plane. But just to say we did it, let's do a couple to the front. So go forward. Feel that thigh? Just me, I thought so. And then step it up. So I did 6 back and 3 front because we need more back. Okay, left leg back. And knees. Here we go. So we start to circle and we're going lunging down, reaching up. So the inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Here's some crackling sounds out there. Could be me though, too. 2 more. Okay, and then we're going to reverse it. We're going to go forward for 3. Woo. Excellent. And then sweep it and step it. All right, so get a little bit into our ankle joints. So we're going to balance on your right leg. Pick your left foot up, point, and pull towards the shin. In and out 3 times. You can keep your leg low too. And then rotate your ankle 3 times in one direction, same leg. And then the other way around. Ooh. Take her down. Find your nice Tadasana there. Root a little bit with that left foot. Transfer the weight. Right foot up. Point. Pull towards your shin bone. I think that's 3. Rotate. Softness to your knee joint, right? Both knees. Change direction, go the other way. Ooh, I remember one. The trunk. Okay, take the foot down. So we want to take our feet basically the mat width apart. Hands on the pelvis, and we're just going to do the Hawaii girl around the clock. Yeah. Now in Gitananda yoga, we like to do things 3, 6, 9, 12, all in 3s. So one more this way, and the other direction. So there's a repetition of the asanas, which is kind of good. 2 more if I can count. And then we're done with that. Should feel sufficiently warmed up. Okay, so now we are going to do the Surya Namaskar. Oh, but first we're doing one thing. I just want to mention it. We're going to be standing in Tadasana. It's called Tadasana in Gitananda yoga. Our hands are going to be in Namaskar Mudra at the heart center, but our focal point is 6 feet ahead of us, whether I look on a shadow on the floor or I look straight ahead. Okay. Then in our mind, we're going to chant Om first silently to ourselves. for a few seconds. Then I'll give you the option of closing your eyes for a few seconds, and you open the eyes, and then we'll do our sun breath, okay? So find your Tadasana feet. Take the hands into Namaskar Mudra. Find a drishti 6 feet ahead of you, wherever that point is, whether you're straight ahead or looking slightly down. And then you're chanting home with your eyes open, silently into yourself, focusing on that chant. Option if you like to close your eyes, only if you're not going to fall over on me. You're going to fall over, your eyes open. Visualize that drishti in your mind, what you're looking at. Stay with the chant of Om. Let the eyes open, hands coming to the heart, breathing in. Exhale, sun breath, sweeping your arms up. Inhale, decide where you're going to look. Always release the neck first and super reach big time. Make sure you're not locking your knees. Back into the heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we're sweeping. Inhale, we're finding that drishti point. Releasing the neck. Super reach. Okay, one more time. Right into our Surya Namaskar. So position yourself in front of your mat. It's our regular one that we always do. Find your feet. All right, ready? Namaste. Here we go. Take a breath in. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Soften your knees, reach out for your extension. Exhale down. For your forward bend, where do you want to reach? Anywhere along the body or touching the floor of the mat. Inhale, look a little bit ahead, raise that drishti point. Exhale, let your heavy down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we let go of any tensions. And again, inhaling. And exhale. From here, bend the knees, fingertips coming to the floor, right foot back in lunge. Right foot back to your lunge. Anjali. Squaring your hips and shoulders to the front. Wrist right under the shoulders. Inhale, back leg raises. And then exhale, we lunge and track the front. So we're feeling that right hip. Breath up. Exhale, crown of the head leads. Good. Let's try it again. Inhale. Exhale. Soften through the front knee. You can step the left leg back or lower your right knee and help your left leg back. So we're coming into dog. So our hands are shoulder width apart, our feet are hip width apart, the wrist crease are parallel, the fingers are spread for a good time. Go ahead, take your dog out for a walk, alternating, pressing one heel down side to side, getting that stretch into the back body. And then inhale, raise up on the balls of the feet, both heels lift. Exhale, lower your heels down. We're still in dog. I know you love plank, but hang in there. Okay, inhale, look a little bit ahead. Now exhale, step right foot back, followed by left, and come forward into your plank. Remember your variations you can choose from. If you need to assist yourself, go ahead. Elbow creases smiling at each other, super strong. Take your inhalation, exhale, contract the bandhas, pull everything in, keep them in, and then inhale down the mat without losing them. Then position yourself for Bhujangasana, or if you want to go to Sphinx, you may. Do you need to widen the legs or adjust the hands for your shoulders? Looking down, take a breath in, exhale, root, Activate, release the shoulders, and exhale, articulate, come up, nose, neck, up in the spinal extension. Breathe up in the chest. Exhale, fire up the bandhas, pull everything in, keep it in. Inhale down. Dig the toes, press through your hands, send your toes out. Walk back for your dog. Find your hands and feet again. Connect to the earth. Feel the energy rise through the limbs up and towards your pelvis. Inhale, we raise the gaze, look a little bit forward. And now we're going to exhale and step right leg into lunge. You can help the leg by lowering the knees and assisting the leg forward too. Just make sure you have your hips and shoulders back square to the front. Inhale, back leg raises. And then exhale, we lunge and track. So we're feeling now the left hip flexor stretch. 2 more times. Breath up. Tracking to the second toe. 1 more. Float left bend, right, left, ahead, side, right, back in Tadasana. Into your forward bend. Where are you going to rest the hands? That's up to you. Inhale, we look a smidge ahead. Exhale, let your head sink down. So no tension in your neck. Try 2 more times. Release. 1 more. From here, we float the hands up to the hips or the thighs. Use those quads. Speak up to the ceiling. Eyes remain open. Exhale, namaste. Down to the heart center. Our other side. Breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweeping up to the sky. Exhale, down to the earth. Long levers or hands into the body. Nice flat back as you descend the spinal column. Inhale, look an inch ahead. Exhale, let your head be heavy down. 2 more times, please. Let go of any tension. Remember those forward bends are very soothing to your nervous system. From this position, hands move outside of your feet. Pick your left leg up, step back in the lunge. Left leg back. Get everything in that front plane. Inhale, back leg raises. And exhale, we're going to engage the Mula and move the Ananda as you contract that front knee. Keep your spine nice and long, so don't drop your chin down to your chest. Find that drishti point just ahead of you. 1 more time, breathing up. Exhale, track. Soften through the front knee. Come on back to your dog. Find your hands and feet. So we're in dog. Yep. Stepping back, Deb, into dog. That's okay. Now, here in our dog, we can stay absolutely still if we prefer, or we can move. If we're moving, it'll be in unison, both legs moving together. So inhale, raise both heels away from the floor. Exhale, lower them down and feel a stretch and intensify the back body. Inhale, we're going up. Exhale, we're lowering down. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, pause and hold. Just breathe. 20 minutes would be swell, but we have lots to do, so I think we'll have to cut that short. Inhale at the smidge ahead. Now step left foot back for your plank, followed by your right. Get their long wooden plank position. Pick your variation that you like. Do not drop your hips down. Scoop in the navel. That's it. Slide those shoulders down the back so you free your neck. Take your inhalation. Breathe in. Exhale, contract the bandhas. Pull everything in. Keep them in. Inhale down without losing them. So in other words, keep your core working. Position the legs and arms that you want for your extension. Gaze down, breathe in. Exhale, root, activate, release the shoulders. And exhale, we come up, nose, neck, up and spinal extension. Breathe up into the heart. Exhale, fire up the gut, suck everything in, keep it in. Inhale down, no Bhuta Bandhas. Dig your toes. Exhale, send the hips back. Walk back into your dog stretch, please. Pause in here. Breathe. Inhale, we look a smidge ahead. Up on the toes, you're down the knees. Left foot forward, lunge, please. Anjali. Get yourself square to the front of the mat. That's important thing that you find your alignment, not how you get there. Inhale, back where your wrist is. Exhale, we lunge the right, feeling the left again. So feeling the right again. Inhale. And exhale, crown release. One more time, left. And exhale. Look, right, bend left, right ahead beside your left. Back in hands to feet close. Inhale, we look a smidge. Exhale, we let our head sink down heavy. 2 more times, please. Last one. And from here, float the hands to the hips, belly towards the thighs, sweep up to the sky, inhale. Exhale, namaste. This is it for our salute tonight. So we're going to pause here, the heart center for a few breaths. Eyes open or closed. Inhale, let the eyes open. Exhale, release the hands. Let's start the music. Okay, so we're going to do Nitabhasana next, and I'm going to give you 2 options. So in Nitabhasana, the first variation is we're going to clasp the hands, place them behind the skull, but I'm not dropping my chin down. The arms have to stay open, so your shoulders have to be okay with that. Okay. If that's going to be a bothersome, then just fan the fingers, what I call lying on the beach arms, and place them behind the head. Okay. So we've got our feet. We've got our position that we're going to use. Okay. Skull pressing back in the fingertips. That's it. And then we're going to be side bending. Okay. So breathe in. Exhale. Drop the right elbow towards the hip. Inhale back to the center. Exhale to the left. Really firm your feet. No twisting. That's it. Keep going. You can feel the skull pressing back into the fingertips. Now, feel the hands if you have them interlaced behind you. Change the interlace of your fingers. So get them out of your hair first. And then breathe position, which feels weird. And now we're going to go to the left side first. Okay, so we breathe in. Left side into the side bend. Feeling the stretch on the right. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the right. So really anchor your feet, root to the earth. So you can keep yourself nice and safe, right? Because lateral flexion standing is more taxing than sitting down. Okay, last one will be to your right side though. And then coming up, and then release, shake it out. Okay, so we're going to do a variation of, it's a balanced pose, a cosmic dancer. It's called the Shiva Mudra in Gitananda Yoga. So what's going to happen here, I'm going to show you first. We're going to be taking the left foot to the right calf, not the knee. Then your left arm, I'll show you the side knee first. Then your left arm comes wrist straight up from the shoulders and your fingers are dripping down. Kind of like a zombie hand. I think it's a zombie. And then your right hand goes above the crown of the head but not touching. And then you bend the right knee. Okay, and everything comes out. Then we do the other side. All right, so if you need some support, you can take yourself for the wall for any back issues, knee issues, balance issues, sciatica. Okay, so firm your feet. If you have any questions, just ask me. I'm about to say that. Okay, shift over to the right, bending the right knee, lifting up your left foot, placing it on the right calf. Not on your knee, please. Try to neutralize your pelvis as much as you can. Then bring your left arm out. If this bothers your shoulder, have your wrist in line on the shoulder, then you can lower it right. All right, then the right hand comes over the crown of the head, and then you just sit slightly down. Now you're not looking up at all, you're looking straight ahead or down if you need to assist with your balance. Breathe. Find the four corners of the right foot. Ooh, it's so good. You could stay here forever. We have lots to do. Inhale, open. Exhale, we come down. And just feel that side, that support leg, how that hip is working. Okay, let's go to the left side. So here we go. Shift over to the left. Pick your right heel up. Bending both knees. Right foot onto the left calf. Right arm comes straight ahead. Fingers down. Left palm over the crown of the head, not touching the body. And then bending the left knee slightly and find your drishti point to hold you in that posture. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Yes, you can come out when you want. Yeah. And exhale down. I particularly like that one. Okay. We're going to be working in another Kriya, which is called Katana Kriya, which is basically intense forward stretch. So this is spinal flexion, right? Working on the strength of the legs as opposed to this. But I want to tell you exactly how it's going to go. So I'll demo it first. There is going to be a back bend with a forward bend. You have a few choices where you place the hands. You can put the hands onto the back side of the lower back. You can put your hands onto your buttocks, or you could have your hands going to the hamstrings. So you've got three options for placement, okay? So the first one is, I guess I'll show this view. So just watching the demo. So I'm going to start wherever my hands are going to be. Let's see, I'm going to pick my buttocks. Then the movement is, the flexion is first. So that means I'm going to exhale, reach my hands to the inside of the shins. Then when I come up, I'm going to place the hands in, no, bend the knees and come into the back bend. And we're going to do that 3 times, okay? Number 1. Number 2 is when we come down, we reach outside the ankles, and the hands always come back to the body. You may change as you work with a spinal extension. Now, the next one, the final 2, we're just going to hold them. So the next one is we're supposed to come down and place the elbows. What if your elbows don't reach the mat? Then just go where you're going to go, okay? If, because of your spine, you're not going to go as deep, then just stamp on the fingertips, okay? Then the last one would be placing your head down with your hands in Anjali Mudra. So I can't touch my head, but I can touch the mudra to the floor, right? So I could bring my hands out ahead and touch the mudra. If you're quite close to the floor, then you can certainly leave the hands at the heart center and touch the head to the floor. So the last 2, we just hold them, then we come up, okay? We'll do the back bend between each of them, but we're not going to go up and down 3 times. Those ones we go longer. Okay, for that? We go wide. Yeah, but we said straddle leg. Yeah, so you'll be facing sideways on your mat. Whoa, I like the other way. Okay, so remember you got 3 choices where you place the hands. Firm your feet, make sure your toes aren't turned excessively in or excessively out. Micro bend the knees. All right, just take a breath in first to get started. Exhale, you flex, reach your hands on the inside of your shins. Inhale, you come back, do your standing back bend. Keep your eyes open. Exhale, coming forward, reaching into the inside of the shins. Inhale, coming back into your back bend. Nice. One more like this, coming forward on the exhale. Back into the back bend. So the next time when you flex, if you can reach the ankles, that's where you're going to go. Exhale, reach towards the ankles or anywhere along the legs that suits you. That's good. Slide the hands back up to the body. Is your spinal extension. Good. Two more like this. When you finish the last third repetition, you're going to go down to the floor, either bending the elbows and placing the elbows to the floor. Another variation when you come down in this one is like the kids watching the TV. So the hands are to the cheeks and the elbows are touching the floor if you want to try that one. And then we're just going to hold it. You can touch the floor. You may just do it in space. Okay, and take 6 breaths here. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling through the nose, exhale out. Inhale, exhale. Make sure you're not locked your knees. 3 more breaths. Okay, now with your next exhalation, prepare, move your hands up your body, get them to wherever you're going to go. Come back into your back bend. And we're going to hold it for 6 breaths. Be careful where you're looking for your neck. Breathing in, breathing out. On the exhalation, activate the bodies. Last inhalation. Then exhale, we're going to come down, and if you want to touch your head to the floor, go for it. Or just have your hands in Namaste at the heart, or extend your arms in Anjali Mudra and place the hands to the forehead. As an option for this one, I could also have Akasha Mudra with my hands on the head in Namaste and touching the fingertips to the floor too. 6 breaths there. When you're ready to come up, carefully raise the head. Bend the knees a little bit. Walk your hands up to your body. Okay, we got our final back bend here. Where are you going to slide those hands? 6 breaths. Connect to the bandhas. Every exhalation. Ready to come out? Breathe in. Exhale, engage your core. Release the neck. Walk your feet in. You probably just want to shake that out a little bit after that, eh? Yeah. Okay, we're coming down to the mat. That's why I moved the camera. So come on down. I think I got it for you though. So we're going to do a few things here. And the first one, we're going to work into, he calls it Untitled Chapter. So high Thunderbolts. So this is where, I call it goddess pose, where I'm going to sit on my heels. My buttocks are going to sit down. My hands are going to be placed on the backs. So for some of you, you're going to go, I don't think so, Helen. I can't do that. Then maybe you just sit in regular. Okay. So which one would you prefer? Yes, you can use your prop. It's just done in this position. We're just warming up for what we're going to do next. Which is good. That really stretches the feet. Yeah. I know, isn't it good? This is, yes, it shouldn't be painful though. Don't hurt your toes, okay? All right, from here, now I wanted to mention about this. So for those who are struggling, just a sec while I grab a couple blocks I can show you. If it's too much pressure on the toes, you could use a couple blocks and do it more like a Kriya. So here I have my toes flexed, but I don't have any pressure. So the blocks, I just come slightly down, get used to it, and then back out of it, right? So I can come down a little bit, make it a dynamic way. Instead of holding it all the way there, right? I could just push in the blocks and lift my tush too. Yeah. Then it's not as painful experience, maybe. Kriya just means a dynamic action. So when we do repetition, in Gitananda Yoga, they're called Kriyas. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is Sarputa Strasana, which is incomplete camel pose. Now, when I do camel pose, I like to put a blanket under my knees and push in. We're not doing the full pose. It means incomplete Sarputa. And the variation that we're going to do, we're not touching the feet, we're not touching the body. I'll be doing this back bend. Now, so I could dorsiflex my toes, or I could plantar flex, depending which one I like the most. Then your arms, I'm just going to show you. Your arms are going to be at the side body like this. So what I want to avoid is the sunshine girl pose. So I want to engage the bandhas to lengthen my low back. I'm going to feel my thighs, the quadricep push forward, right? But what I do with the arms, I'm going to open the chest by simple if I'm just here. And if I don't add any movement down towards the mat, I still open the chest, right? So then your arms will just hang down. So for neck issues, don't look back. Look straight ahead. Now the way, this is not a Gitananda thing, but my thing, the next one, when I come out of a camel pose, I like to fold the arms, scoop in my belly like a cat, and immediately release downward. And get a quick counter pose in case you felt any twinge in your low back. Okay? If I'm going to do the plantar, I like to fold the blanket like this. I fold the top and leave the back of it loose so that I have cushion for my knee, and then the break of the blanket is at the crease of the ankle and feels kind of nice. So if you're doing plantar, you can change it. Okay, so get your position where you're going to pick. And that's the blankets are folded. Yeah, and then just fold the front for your knees. Yeah. Took me a long time to discover that. Oh, let's see. Up to that. Okay, we ready, folks? Here we go. So the first thing, go a little bit into the sunshine girl pose. And then actively engage the pelvic floor belly, the glute muscles. And then just open the chest by lifting the collarbones, depressing the scapula, and pressing back to the skull. Now from that point, then you're going to go further in retraction. Reach the arms back, activate more muscle groups, stretch through the fingers, opening chest. So for neck issues, you can keep your drishti straight ahead as I mentioned, or no concern with coming back into hyperextension, then you can look towards the ceiling. But super reach with your fingers. The arms aren't just flopping there. There's energy happening, right? So you're connected. All this movement is coming from your low back spinal extension, right? So you have to keep your core super strong. A few more breaths if you're okay. You can always come out sooner if you need to. Now from here, we're going to inhale, exhale, fire up the gut. Start to bring the arms forward, fold them, scoop in your belly like you're doing a cat in the air. Now you may bring the folded arms down to the mat, they may hang up, it doesn't matter, just as long as you get that immediate release. And then place the hands to the floor and then walking back and away. Okay? So we're going to be working more with our feet. How is the camel pose, anyways? You like it? I like that one too. All right. Oops, next page. So we're going to do Sarputa Shasana, which is Shasana, which is hare pose, or it's also called rabbit pose. So this is, you could think of it as a beginning stage to the hare pose that we normally do. So what happens in this hare pose is we're sitting back, which we're kind of just warming up. And the idea here is that the elbows are coming in front of the knees. So might not be like that, right? You might have to bring a little bit wider. So I have that placement. I don't want my hands coming together. And then I drive the shoulder blades down and I'm compressing my torso into the thighs, and we're going to breathe. Okay, so if this is going to bother your feet, are we okay, everybody, with your toes with this one? Because you could certainly dorsiflex if you needed to. And just won't be as low, but you can still get the action with the compression. Okay?
Your toes up or down?
Pardon me?
Toes up or down?
Oh, your choice. If it bothers you one or the other, switch. Yeah. Yeah, so if you don't like plantar, you can change it. And keep your elbows right in front of your knees, and your head is dropped down. And then breathe in as if you can breathe into your thighs, right? So you've got that compression. So what it does is it alleviates lower abdominal tension. It's good for urinary issues, anything to do with the lower torso, your legs, your feet. So it also stimulates the thyroid, parathyroid glands, and it's used for abdominal breathing. By placing the forearms on the mat, you can breathe deeply through the nostrils, forcing the air down to the lowest part. So you're pressing against the diaphragm as you're breathing there. So this crouched posture forces the air to move over the diaphragm. You can literally breathe over and to the front of the diaphragm. So this pose is usually good for women because many women are not very good abdominal breathers. We tend to breathe higher in our chest. So let's just practice it for a few more breaths. Just feel the air press against the diaphragm. With your next exhalation, you're going to prepare yourself to move, raising the head, pressing the hands on the floor, walking back towards you. Okay. Now, here goes our work where the handy-do blocks may help some people who say, I don't think so, Helen. It can be quite intense what we're going to do next. So we're going to be working still in Thunderbolts. And what we're going to be doing is when we sit down, we're going to place the right foot into the sole of the left foot, and then just sit right down on top of that. Okay, so if that is going to be a painful situation, this is where you can grab some blocks. And then you could add some pressure, sit down to as far as you can handle it, and then take it up and go up and down. Okay? But if you're fine, you just sit right down there and hold it. Okay? So right foot is into left sole cross, and then sitting down and holding the pose, or using it dynamically if it's too intense. Yes. So what does Dr. Ananda say? He says this is Ekin-Virasana, which is good for people who have shallow or fallen arches in their feet. For those who have to stand or walk a lot, good job. And it can help those who have bloating, flatulence, stomach cramps, or pain. So a lot of good things. The goal would be to take 3 to 4 breaths. I think we did that. So we'll cut up and we'll switch to left on right. Now, what you want to notice is when you practice this, does it feel exactly the same on both sides? Yeah, it usually does.
This side is easier. I felt it more on the top of my foot than the
other
other one.
Yeah. If you're using Kriya, you can go into it, back out of it, and take a break whenever you want. Now the next one we're going to do is Upa-Virasana, which stimulates the reflex nerve terminals from the pituitary and pineal glands in the brain. So this is going to be quite interesting, this one. Now, this one is where you're going to cross the Achilles tendon. So for myself, there's no way I can stay in this pose. It's quite intense, so I will probably be using the blocks. But to show you, so I take my right foot right over the Achilles. Now I'm supposed to put all my body weight down on there. I just need a little help with my blocks. So if it's intense, I can back out of it and go back into it. Okay? So obviously if you have an issue with your Achilles tendon, please. Yeah, just cross, you just want to go right over the Achilles and just sit down and stay there the best of your ability. Yes.
It's like the middle of my foot is.
So I just cross you right over the Achilles, top of the foot, right? And then you're sitting down on top of it because you're applying direct pressure. That's what I'm telling you, yes. You can have a blanket on the floor under your joints too. You try to hold it for 6 breaths or do that dynamic movement back and forth, right? Now, once you do the one side, go ahead and switch to the left ankle. So now left ankle's on top of right. So believe it or not, you're not supposed to feel any discomfort in this. Yeah. So that means if you feel no discomfort, your pituitary and pineal glands are functioning to their capacity. So if it's painful, right now it's telling me they're not functioning to my capacity. So maybe I like to practice this one. This one takes the tension. Yeah, it does. And then release, and then just sit in Virasana after that and say, oh my gosh, that's so nice now. Not so bad, eh? What else did you say about this one? Just with the glands in the brain, so to regulate the brain. Okay, we're going to do Ardha Supta Virasana, but we're going to do a variation of half Thunderbolts. Now, I just want to mention, and some of you may be able to do this, but if you can have one leg out, your right leg back, and you can lay all the way down on the ground like this without the right knee lifting, that's your pose. Okay? If you need a little help like me, this is what I do. I take rectangular bolster, and it's the pranayama bolster. I'm not sure what you have at home. But I make a little space here. This is where my spine is going to go. And then I sit a block in front of it. So when I sit down, just watch first. I'll show you with the left leg so you can see in the camera. I don't want my left leg splaying out to the side. It's really important that this knee is in line with the hip and this foot is straight, not turned out to the side. Okay, but when I lay down, I'm going to flex this knee first. Okay, so I hold the top bolster. Then I lift up my tush to lengthen my low back. Ooh. Aha. Now, I can keep this foot on the floor if I need it for my back. Otherwise, I have a long lever. It's active. It'll be your right foot, but for the purpose of demoing, this hand goes on the sole of the foot. This hand goes on the thigh. And you stay there and breathe. When you come up, you scoop in the navel, press into the sole of the foot, come straight up, bring the leg into midline, shake it out, and we'll do the other side. Okay? So try to set up something like that unless you've got that spine that you can lay all the way down. But I don't want to see the knee fall splaying out to the side. You're going to put too much pressure in your knee joint. And let me know if you need any assistance. No, you don't have to touch the wall though. You do want a little bit of space here that's going to help with the curve of your back. This slight little space makes a big difference for the low back. Yeah, we're going to start with the right leg first. So what you want to do before you get all in there is first just look at your right knee and line it all up. Knee, ankle, hip business. And this is going to be a tremendous stretch to your quadricep. The secondary stretch, the first stretch, of course, is the back bend, right? So first, just see how that feels. If it doesn't work for your knee, please let me know. So what I would probably do, Jen, I would just do this. You can back bend this way or these flex. Okay. So from here, I make sure I don't want this top bolster to slide away. So I just hold it. I lay down initially, and then, oh, sorry, I meant to tell you I have this knee flex. Sorry to help you. Lay back, and then I can move my tush a little bit. Lengthen my left leg out. And then I lay back on my setup. I could also have a blanket, so I forgot to mention, on the top of the top bolster to help with the neck too. Keep your left leg active, so dorsiflex, so the ankle's in line with the knee, in line with the hip. And breathe, that's always good. Can you feel that quad stretch?
Can I just do like this? It's like a,
Yes.
a big arm. I don't know. It's broken.
So what you can do is just place your hand on the foot. Like there's many ways of doing the same thing in yoga, right? If it doesn't suit you, let me know. I'll help you out. Let's get the middle of the quad though. Very nice. That's why we did the Achilles warm up. Always reason mostly for everything. Keep breathing. A few more breaths on this side. Unless you need to come out sooner. Remember what you'll do is you'll press the hand in the sole of the foot, press the hand in the thigh, and come straight up with a flat back position in the knees of your body. So press the hand into the sole, press the hand to the thigh, and come up when you're ready. Okay? Then hug that right knee in towards the midline, so less pressure on your knee. Extend both legs out and just shake them out a little bit. Right? Was the first side all right? Okay, other side, same thing, set up again. So that left knee, when you get in your position, the knee should stay down. It shouldn't be up in the air. Very important that you hug to the midline. And remember, you can use that right foot to help you bend the knee first to push down to the floor to assist you. Then adjust the buttocks, lengthen the right leg. Left hand on the sole of the foot, right hand on the thigh. Find your space. Ooh, that's delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Way better than chocolate. Wow. Yes, come on. No pressure in that knee though, that's really important. And then keep your right foot active. Woo. Keep staying there. Trying to match our sides here so we stay about the same amount of time. Feel about the same amount of time. A little bit longer. If you don't talk to me, that means you're okay for a few more breaths. If you look at the purpose of the pose, right, was to get a back bend, stretch your quads. So any sort of variation you do of it is going to complete the goal of the pose, right? So whether it looks a little different than someone else, it just doesn't matter. Okay, ready to come out? Take a breath in, press into the left sole, press your thigh, and come straight into the flat back position. And then we're going to be doing half a gas relieving pose, Gitananda way. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. So move the props off your mat. So what happens, basically you're going to be in corpse pose. You could put a blanket on your head, but I'm just going to show you first. Just want to say this is going to feel good. Oh, yeah. So what am I going to do? Inhale, the knee hugs into the chest. Exhale, when I'm going to come up, I'm going to say a whooshing sound. Inhale, I'm going to hold it, and exhale, I go down. Okay, so it looks like this. And then switch sides. Okay, so we're going to do 3 on each side, alternating. So it's like whooshing. I think it sounds like shoot. Like you expel like a bistrika, quick out through the mouth. Okay, so supine, if you need a blanket under your head, get it for yourself. Yep. And make sure you got room to reach. You're not going to hit any bumps. It doesn't matter. I just did it so you could see what I was shooing about. Okay, so we got our corpse position. Everybody looks good. Inhale, hug the right knee into the chest. Shoo it up. Hold it, breathe in. Exhale everything down to the mat. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, shoo up. Inhale, hold. Exhale down. Keep it going. And one more time to either side. Strong exhalation. And then you can certainly end just holding the pose for a moment, hugging into the body for a few breaths. If you'd like to rock from side to side, you can also massage into the SI joints. If that bothers you, stay completely still. And then roll over the side you want to roll to, and push yourself up. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is It's in Tadasana, but we're going to be flexing, extending, and twisting. So if you need to sit off a blanket or a block to help you into that pose, I'll use a block, but whenever you like or nothing, as long as you can maintain the length of your spine. Okay, so I'll show you what's going to happen with it as you're getting yourself set up. So just like we did the intertwined fingers when we did Nitabhasa, we're going to use the same hands unless that's a bother, then the fingers are straight. Okay, so I just watch first. So I've got my upright spine and I got my feet. I'm not going to let them swap over to the side. Now, if this is going to be too, you're going to show in a second, we're going to be flexing. So if you need to roll the blanket, you could put the pranayama bolster on your knees if you feel in your back, or roll it back. Okay, so what's going to happen, I'm going to exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, I'm going to flex down. And then right up into the inhale into the back bend. Then I'm going to change. Left side twist. Center, right, flex, extend. Okay? I'm going to go through that series. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. 3 times. Okay? Let's try it. Find yourself. Position the hands. Skull presses back, elbows wide. So I'm not trying to wrap my elbows around my head, what I call the earmuffs. On the beach mode. Okay, ready? Here we go. Breathe in first. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, flexing down. Coming partly up. Inhale, expand in the chest opening. Back to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to the center. Exhale, flexing. Inhale, extend. Come out of the back bend. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Center, left twist. Center, forward bend. Coming up, inhale, back bend. Back to the center root. Exhale, twist to the left. Center. Right. Center, forward bend. Back bend. Twist to the right. Okay, you're on your own now. One more set for each side. Try to keep your legs nice and still so you have good form. Skull presses in the fingertips. You'll finish with the back bend. You'll neutralize the spine and release the arms before they fall off. Shake it out for a second. So there is a variation of it where you just do a twist dynamically. So we're going to do a few of those. So what we do is we have the knees. I tend to remove the block from under my twist because I really don't need it because we're adding dynamic movement. But you could have a blanket under there if you need more cushion. So I'm going to have space between my feet and I'm going to do the same arm position. So when I'm going to twist to the right, when I twist to the right, I drop my knees to the left. I had to think for a second. It was opposition. Yeah, it's a brain thing. Okay, so here we go. Got our feet bent. Breathe in first. Drop your knees to the left as you twist to the right. Inhale to the center. Drop the knees to the right as you twist to the left. And back to the center. 2 more times. Exhale. Try to maintain the upright spine. So don't sink into your low back. It's easy to sink, okay? Stay upright. Last time. And then release it. Shake it up. I like that one. How about you? It hurts. Oh, your thighs. Ah, that's not. This means your thighs are working. I was concerned about your spine. Okay. Now, we're going to be doing a Kriya before we go into our meditation. And a Kriya is, it's like another technique, like some of them are cleansing techniques, but it's all with visualization. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that at the beginning of basically of the meditation, okay? So I'll be talking through an image, and then we're gonna, from that point, you can just, we can just go ahead right into Akasha Mudra, that's fine. So we'll use Akasha Mudra, which is a gesture of space. So what you do with this mudra is you hold down your middle fingers. So I'm going to bring the middle finger in towards the palm of my hand and hold it with my thumb. And all the other three fingers are long. Okay. So you can go ahead and just come into Akasha Mudra. I'll just talk about the mood. Oh no, you're going to sit in your meditation seat. However you want to sit. Yeah. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just talk about the mudra first, and then I'll add the visualization of the kriya. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Change my mind. So hold the middle finger down, and then the palms are facing upward onto the thighs. Position the shoulders. Remember, you can kind of rock forward. Bring awareness to the bandhas. Bring the shoulders directly over the hips. Let the shoulder blades slide down with the crown reaching up to the sky. Softly close your eyes. If you want to keep your eyes partially open, look slightly ahead of you on the mat. So the Akasha Mudra releases muscular tension from your shoulders, your neck, and your jaw. Akasha means space, whose qualities include vastness, expansiveness, limitlessness, and subtleness. This gesture directs the breath, awareness, and energy into the throat and the neck, increases circulation to the thyroid gland. So it helps to regulate your thyroid gland. Now, the contraindications for this mudra is because it has to do with Akasha air. If you start to feel dizziness or lightheadedness, or it starts to be too much pressure in the head, you can just come to chin or yana mudra, okay? Because it has that element of air. So holding that mudra, feeling the length of your spine. Breathe in. So for the Akasha Yana Kriya, this Kriya is to relax concentration, deepen relaxation, and rest your eyes. Sit comfortably as we are with the eyes closed and with your rhythmical breathing. So connect to your breathing. Can you breathe in for 6 and exhale for 6? Or do you breathe in for 3 and exhale? Just connect to your rhythmical sound of your breath. Keeping the breath rhythmical. Now focus, concentrate your mind on the image of velvety blackness in front of your eyes. Visualize blackness, which is warm and reassuring. If you can't see blackness in front of your eyes, visualize a black velvet curtain in front of your face. Remain with the eyes closed with that visualization of the black velvety darkness. more breaths here. Let the image of the black velvety curtain dissipate. Feel the light on the eyelids. Releasing the mudra, we're going to take the hands together and rub them quickly, palming to create heat. And then when you place the hands over the eyes, you want the heels of the hands to the cheeks and the fingers going up the forehead, but no pressure in your eyes. Just pause there for a moment. Don't open the eyes yet. We'll do it one more time. Take the hands down, rub vigorously, creating that heat. And then take the hands over, and that's a feeling to the eye. And then you'll very slowly blink the eyes. So you come back into the hands, and then release the hands down. We're starting Yoga Nidra a little bit faster because we need more time so you get more rest. So let's get into your korpspas. I know that's drastic to tell you you need to stay in Yoga Nidra longer, but
Such a punishment.
such a exactly. So let's get yourself all situated for that, using any props that you like. I'll turn off the air conditions. Okay, let's see why I can't hear these. All right, so the idea is to find your comfortable position here that you're happy to be in. Allowing the legs and the arms to roll over to the side. Survey through your body, looking for any areas where you tend to store tension. And if you find any spots, take your breath to them now. Then with the exhalation, allow the body to visit there. And then just take notice of your natural breath here. Normally in Gitananda Yoga, we have our head to the north and the feet to the south, but our social distancing will just stay exactly where we're at. The purpose of that is to get that electromagnetic flow of the planet Earth. So begin to breathe in and out. Now I want you to, we'll be setting our intention a little bit later, so this is a little bit different. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 6. So we breathe in, Savitri Pranayama, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slight pause and out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slight pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slight pause. Out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slight pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now complete 3 rounds in silence. Round. And after you finish your exhalation, just let the breath take on its own pattern. Concern yourself only with directing a particular energy flow. So from your solar plexus, this is a concentration point at the navel. What you want to envision is the point the size of a pin at the navel center. And begin to imagine the energy flowing clockwise around and around in the tiniest circle possible. Tiniest little circle at the size of the pinpoint at the Manipura center of the navel. And then imagine the energy slowly spiraling outwards in ever increasing size until it's the size of a little thimble, a little thimble that you put on your finger. So a little bit bigger, circling, going around, counterclockwise. Imagine the spiral to be as big as the rim of a teacup, still circling. Extend the spiral until it becomes as large as the rim of a saucer. Let the spiral grow until it's as large as a dinner plate, taking in the rib cage at the top and then pelvic bones at the bottom of the circle. Slowly increase the spiral outward until the top of the circle is at the mid-chest and at the pubis below. Then extend the circle until it takes in the lower neck, the middle of your thigh. Spiraling outwards until the circle takes in the chin above and the shins below. Let the circle extend until it passes through your eyebrows at the top and the ankles below. Then extend the circle until it passes through the top of the head, above the head, and the soles of the feet below. Continue the spiral circle outwards until it is at least 6 inches above your head and 6 inches below the soles of your feet. And then stop at this 6-inch point above the crown of your head. Hold that thought, the energy there. Maintain this conscious relaxation. And right there, repeat your intention 3 times. Pause an intention for yourself now. Now reverse the spiral anti-clockwise back through all the preceding stages until you're back to the pinpoint in the solar plexus. Slowly start to reverse the spiral, coming back through all those previous stages. So now we go through to the head, below the feet. Now becoming smaller until it's at the top of the head, encasing the soles of the feet. Going smaller anti-clockwise, eyebrows at the top, ankles below, becoming smaller as you spiral inward, taking the chin above and the shins below. The lower neck, the middle of the thighs, the mid-chest, the pubic region. Let the spiral become smaller as it comes down to the navel region, becoming the size of a dinner plate. Going smaller to the size, the outer rim of a saucer. Becoming smaller to the rim of a teacup. Becoming smaller to the size of a coin. And then finally back at the solar plexus, that pin, drop of the pinpoint right at the navel center. Imagine and visualize this experience, the reverse anti-clockwise spiral. And you're going to tighten it like a wood screw. So you're going to take that screwdriver and screw that wood screw in, turning into the soft wood with the screwdriver tighter, 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 and tighter into the navel region. And then stop. At this point, the deepest stage of Yoga Nidra begins. Simply enjoy this cosmic stage of relaxation. Be in the present moment. Be in the now. Just breathe. Now is the time for you to remember your intention. Repeat 3 times silently to yourself again, same awareness and focus as you did previously. Slowly start to move your toes and fingers, moving the wrists and the ankle joints, the elbows, the knee joints, and the shoulders and the hip joints. Slowly moving all parts of your body. Stretch, like to reach. And then you'll slowly bend your right knee and put the right sole of your foot to the floor bolster, followed by the back. If you're using the eye pillow, you'll reach up, remove it from your face to the floor. So keep your eyes closed. Reaching with the right hand, hug the right knee in towards your chest. Join this with the left, both legs in together. Option to stay still or rock from side to side. Pick the side you'd like to roll to. If you have an injury, roll to the opposite side and come over into the fetal position, flexing your bottom arm to support your head. We'll take our usual 2 breaths. Take a deep breath in. Sighing out one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Just back to your natural breath. Pausing for a moment, letting your body, your emotions, and your spirit have a beautiful recap of this wonderful relaxation that you've earned through consciously performing yoga nidra. So let your eyes slowly open. Awareness of the space, the light in the room. Use your hand and your elbow to resist into the floor. Slowly coming up. And coming up very last. And then find a seat you like to sit in to end the class. Any seat you like, would probably like to. Do the reading. The reading that goes with this lesson plan. Different one from the rest of these. Yoga exists when the mind, emotions, and body work with the real self within. Yoga is oneness. It is a spiritual path whose aim is the individual realization and consciousness and our relationship with the Supreme Nature. Yoga is a way of life in which our yoga practice is the foundation of our spiritual life by practicing the yama and niyamas. The science of the mind offers us dharana and dhyana, which is concentration meditation, to connect to the power of the mind. That's from Dr. Ananda. Okay. So we're going to take our arms overhead and time to move your inhale. Exhale into Namaskar Mudra. Center to the heart. Drishti down, or 3 ohms. Take breath in. Leaving gaze downward, take a couple breaths into the heart, breathing in. Exhaling out. Another breath in. Exhale. Gently let your eyes open, downward towards your hands. Pause a moment here. And then back up into the six. And do that. Just receive it. Namaste. 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 Float the arms up, take a deep breath in, raise the prana. And exhale. Well, what you think about Gitananda Yoga? Excellent. We'll do some more another time, I'm sure.
Thank you, Helen.
You are welcome. Namaste.
Thank you, Helen.
You're welcome. See you later, Alex.